The following program is for mature audiences only. None of the information provided is intended to be medical or any other professional advice requiring licensing through any regulatory agency. It is for entertainment purposes only. Listener discretion is advised.
Hi, I'm Amy Satori. I'm an intuitive spiritual counselor assisting in raising the vibration of our planet. I was born with extraordinary gifts, experienced enlightenment for 6 months years ago, speak light language, and channel a being called Celeste, who is an ambassador for a galactic council of 60. I am able to scan your energy field for emotional blockages and talk to or aid in the healing of your organs using Qigong energy healing. I can also help you make decisions, talk to your pets, deceased loved ones, and your friends and family's higher selves. I can help you navigate your relationships and answer pressing questions in your life by talking with the unseen world. I use these skills I've developed to translate the images, feelings, impressions, and messages I'm given while tuning into you and your situation. I work Thursday through Saturday as a psychic for the Lighthouse Bookstore downtown Boulder, Colorado, and conduct remote readings all over the world. You can order a private reading from my website at amysatori.com. Please like, share, subscribe, and follow me here on Podbean, Instagram, my 1111 Twin Flame Forum on Facebook, and YouTube. Set a reminder in your phone to call live on the show any Sunday, 5:30 Pacific, 6:30 Mountain, 7:30 Central, or 8:30 Eastern, to ask me a question, receive a blessing, or have me do some energy work on you. So, my friends, without further ado, let's get to today's show. And thank you for listening to and watching the Satori Show, you guys. I so appreciate the support and the love. And those of you who have been participating in the comments underneath the YouTube videos, I really appreciate that as well. You guys sharing your own experiences have been so helpful to, obviously, to me, so that I can keep keep my finger on the pulse of what's going on with the collective, but also you guys sharing each other's experiences with each other has just been so beneficial. You guys are getting so much from each other. So I love that. Also, don't forget I have an 1111 Twin Flame Forum on Facebook and an Instagram. On Instagram, I tend to do these little, well, I do it here on YouTube too, but I do these little lighthouse alert updates that kind of let you guys know some of the patterns that I see in working with the collective. I'm at the Lighthouse Bookstore downtown Boulder, Colorado every Thursday through Saturday. And if you ever want to come see me there, make sure that you make an appointment because I'm getting pretty booked up pretty quick. So you can just look up that information and make an appointment. I leave about 3 or 4 weeks sometimes in advance for my schedule, so they can schedule you out even if you're flying in or something like that. Okay, so there is hope. I met a guy, sort of, not quite yet, but we are really hitting it off, texting each other, and it's been kind of a, I don't know, am I turning red? He's really cool. He's a total sweetheart. And we're going to go on a date soon. I don't know when, but we're both pretty excited to get going on it. And so we're just trying to work it out with our schedules. And I'm getting hot. I got to take off my sweatshirt. What's cool about this guy, what kind of stands out is, for one, he hasn't sent me any dick pics, so that's positive. He hasn't even talked about sex. That's another. Incredibly mature, unbelievably mature, incredible listener, empathetic, kind, loving soul, just completely, open. He's just really open, and he's just really, really fun to talk to. So I just, I appreciate the breath of fresh air. It's really nice to have somebody be so sweet. And I don't mean fake sweet. He is completely 100% genuine. I can sense it. I can feel it. And there is nothing fake about this guy. And I love that. It feels so nice to not have any games. So we'll see how this goes. It should be neat. If anything, we've found a really good friend in each other. So, okay. Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, this is Amy. Can you hear me?
Hey, Amy.
Hi.
I like your name. That's a really cool name. That's a rockin' name.
It's a wonderful name. Thank you for taking the call. And I had gone to you for one of the quick spreads a few weeks ago, and you gave me a reply, but I think I need something more in depth. So I think eventually I'll have
all the information you need. Oh, okay. Yeah. No. Let's explore some of it tonight.
Yeah, I thought maybe you could give me a little bit more until I can get a personal reading. And I'm not even sure if the guy that I'm interested in is, I know he's not a karmic, but I don't know if he is a twin flame or if he's a soul flame or if he's just someone that's supposed to be in my life for a certain, like not a karmic in that sense, but still just someone that I was meant to spend some time with in this lifetime. So, his name is Sean.
So, is this a new guy that's not your twin, right?
I don't know.
You know who your twin is?
I don't. I'm not quite sure. I'm just starting this path. I've just started into listening to different people, and so
we may as well touch on that subject a little bit, because I do get some new subscribers all the time. So we'll just do a little quick summary of how to kind of identify some of these people, and then maybe one of them is going to kind of ring a bell for you with this guy. Okay. So in any true love type of relationship, you're going to first meet, and it's going to be cute and playful and sweet, and you're going to feel like you can really be yourself with each other, and it's going to feel somehow a little magical. It's going to stand out as something a little more rare, and there's going to be just a really sweet connection. But what happens with twin flames, and sometimes there's even like a kundalini or awakening experience that happens, especially with twin flames. But what happens with that relationship in particular is it's kind of like romantic comedies where you meet, and then one of them is more masculine and the other one's more feminine in their energy, or they might be, they switch sometimes too, but the more masculine one runs because he's really afraid to get hurt again. The feminine one, she wonders like why he abandoned her. And she's just left feeling like really hurt that he starts ghosting her pretty much. They kind of have a little bit of back and forth talk, but there's a lot of separation in there. And it feels after a period of time like he's kind of like taunting her pretty much, because he never really fully appears, and then he keeps vanishing. It drives her crazy pretty much. And she gets all kinds of signs and synchronicities. She'll see his name everywhere. She'll be reminded of him by the universe a million times. It feels like a total paranormal experience. It is so shocking that they see like numbers everywhere and all these crazy synchronicities and the weirdest things, and their name or their number or something will come up repeatedly. So the feminists feel a little haunted by it, and they use it when they have a support network like what I provide. They're able to take it as a real growth experience, and they learn to love themselves more deeply. The masculine one dates a karmic. Usually he tries to kind of think, he's really stuck in his head, and he's pretty logical. So he's like, well, instead of there being like a big age difference or race difference or them living in a separate state, the masculine kind of wants to take a shortcut and find somebody who's closer and less difficult, and that he won't have to get a bunch of flack about, or they kind of look for the easy way out for a while until they realize that their feminine also haunts their heart, and they can't get them out of their head either. So Eventually, they are drawn back together. They cause each other to develop a lot because they are so strongly and magnetically attracted to each other that both of them kind of inspire each other to be better people. Now, you don't necessarily have to be with your twin flame. You can, either of you could opt out. You have free will. So, what happens is if either of you decide, well, we're just not on the same page, at least not right now, we're better off as friends or something like that should happen, and they, like, somebody blatantly pretty well closes the door, then what I'm starting to see is that soul flames come in, and they're kind of like somebody who's been on the back burner a while and comes up from the past, usually from the past, but sometimes they're brand new, and they kind of have a little bit of that dynamic going on, but they're more ready, more mature. They've been simmering a little bit longer, so they're pretty ready to jump into something after a little bit of back and forth too. But the soulmates are just easy and comfortable, and there's just like nothing hardly ever goes wrong with those guys. They meet, right. It's easy, and it just like takes off from there.
I've listened to your video where you kind of gave the difference between the twin flame and the soul flame, and then you mentioned the soulmate and that they usually find one another early in life, and I'm later in life. I'm not late in life, but I've been married before, and so I'm not necessarily.
That's not necessarily. No, wait. Let me correct you here, because that's not true. I don't recall there's nothing having to do with age in there with any of these guys.
Oh, okay. I thought with soulmates, or someone had said, maybe it wasn't.
No.
That they usually find one another young when they're younger in life and kind of live life throughout with one another. Okay.
Anytime.
No. Okay.
Anytime. Any minute they can show up. Yep.
Okay.
According to what I've seen and the experiences that I've seen and the people that I've talked to and interviewed, no. Mm-hmm. They some of them meet when they're 70.
Okay.
And they've never known each other, and they're together for the rest of their lives. So no, it doesn't matter at all. So glad we got that straightened out. So did when you watched that video, did any of it ring a bell for you in regards to identifying the guy that you're going out with now?
Well, we're not going out. We're actually just sort of friends. We it's kind of a long story. I don't know how much time you have, but we met through a friend of mine. He was a friend's daughter's professor at college, and she was a theater major, and my friend wanted to kind of get us together just to see if there was a spark, and so, but she didn't want it to be so overtly obvious, and so she I would go to her daughter's plays, and he had actually moved out of the state. He lives in New Mexico, and he had moved out of the state, but then he had come back in town for some work because he does acting and theater work, and he'd come back in town, and he happened to be at one of the performances the night that I had gone, and so we met briefly, and then he was in town and came to her daughter's graduation party at their house, and so I got to meet him again, but I was so attracted to him, but I was almost, the energy was too much, like I couldn't even stand being in the same room. I had to leave and go outside, and couldn't, but I don't know if he felt like I was not friendly or something, but I found him online and sent him a message and told him that I apologized for kind of being really quiet that night, but I am kind of a shy person to begin with, and so we actually just started back and forth, and then he came to my friend. She also has an annual New Year's Eve party, and he came to that, and we actually got to talk a little bit more in person, but still the energy was just crazy. I don't even remember half of the stuff I said because I was just so and then so we've just continued to, our friendship has just grown, but he is older. He's like 11 years older than me, and he does live out of state. And so there is connection there. And I do see the numbers, I mean, the repeating numbers are just everywhere, constantly, every day. I just I don't even make a point of like pointing it out anymore. They're just there. So I know that that's a part of or what I've read is that that's a part of awakening. And so, well, and I don't know, but there is some sort of connection between the two of us, and there are a lot of synchronicities. And I know there's like a shared vision of a future that we both would like. I just don't know if it's with one another. You know. Okay. And I did forget to mention love at first sight, which usually happens when you're so hooked on your masculine that you can't think about anything else. So I can't leave him out either, that category. Okay. And I'm not quite sure where that goes. I think he's just like another option, but he's somebody you would have a really strong past life connection with, for those who are listening, for the benefit of those who are listening. Also, it very much sounds twin flamey to me, what you're going through, what you guys have been experiencing. The intensity is pretty crazy, and the fact that you ran away from it could indicate that you're actually like the masculine, because it feels intense for both people, but the masculine feels like running away. So it doesn't really matter. Like I was the first one to like initiate conversation with him, like online. So that's actually very common that the masculine initiate conversation, or initiate flirting, or initiate. They do like my masculine flirted like over the phone and then in text, and I didn't. It started out as professional, and then he started doing that, and I was like, wait a minute. That's right. This is more than just professional. Yeah. So, anyway, though, don't let anyone else tell you whether somebody is or isn't your twin flame. You're going to figure that out on your own, but it really very much has a lot of indicators that would be the case. I can feel into how he feels about you at this time if you'd like. Yeah, that would be great. It'd give me a little clarification. Okay. Hang on just a moment. And it's Sean. No, I don't need, it's okay. I got it. Okay. He feels to me like he's a little nervous. It feels like he wants to go to the next level with you, but I feel him just being really nervous about it. So, let's see. Very nervous, actually. But anxious, too. I think you guys are both kind of, like, confused as to where this is at. I think somebody needs to want to hang out together. But he's, like, states away. I mean, there's Texas in between us. I'm in Louisiana. He's in New Mexico. Well, my twin's in Missouri, and he came out every 6 months or so. Yeah, he comes into town often because he does work in New Orleans, in the film business. Okay. All right. So, I would just kind of playfully maybe bump him about, just hint to him about maybe ask him if he comes to the area very often. Mm-hmm. Just kind of push it a little bit and see what he says. Keeping in mind, it definitely feels like he's interested to me. Okay. He's even like wringing his hands. Like, I think he has the same idea about your guys' plans for the future. I think he's been feeling you out, but he's trying to see if you guys are like aligned in terms of what you both want. But I'm thinking that he's really liking what he's hearing you say. So I would say there's definitely a lot of potential there. These relationships are really
scary. They're really scary to face. So both of the people get really kind of timid about it. But just urge him forward a little bit. If you get any kind of resistance, just back completely off. Okay. And just remember that no matter what happens up ahead, just let go and use it for your own personal growth and development. That's pretty much the name of the game. It's not even about a love story, It's more about us all becoming more unconditionally loving of ourselves and then of each other and then of others, and that love spreading across the planet and like raising the vibration of the planet ultimately. And at this time, from between 2018 and 2022, I think it's going to be a really, really big time of true love type relationships coming together.
I've heard there are going to be like waves of unions.
Yeah.
Flames in the next, like it's starting now. Okay.
I mean, there are lots of twin flames who've been even together for years, but I don't know.
The term probably about 4 years ago, but I actually didn't start looking into it any further until he came up. Like he came into my life, and then I'm like, there's something. I mean, I've been married and divorced twice. I've been in a couple of other serious relationships, and this one's just a little different. So,
well, that's what happens. Is it's so weird that you just start looking into it. You're like, what the hell is this? So, and that's really common too. That's how you identify one too. Is they make you look into it. You're just like, what? So.
Right. And just other things just seem so aligned. Like, it just seems like he and I would get along perfectly together, and things, the same things. We have so many of the same interests and values, and
that's awesome. A lot of twin flames are kind of opposites in a lot of ways, like yin and yang, but they do ultimately really get each other and really understand each other better than other people.
Okay.
So, yeah. Well, I'm going to take another call, but I look forward to talking to you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for calling.
Bye-bye.
And for anybody listening, I do remote or phone consultations or readings at amysatori.com. And then you just click on the services tab and you can check out all the different services I do. I have a quick relationship spread for $22 that gives you like a nice summary as to, what your person thinks of you, what they feel about you, that kind of stuff. So a lot of people say that that's all they needed. So let's go to our next caller. Hello?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. And you? It's a beautiful day here.
It is nice. Yeah, it's raining over where I'm at, and it's very refreshing and cleansing. So.
Yes. Did you see the thunder and lightning by chance? Are you in the area?
No, I'm not in the area. I'm over in California, and yeah.
Where are you in California?
It's nice. I'm in Southern California. I'm I'm currently in Costa Mesa, staying with a friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm from Reseda, or in that area.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've lived here for 19 years, kind of all around the area.
Okay.
It's nice. Yeah. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm calling.
Well, I bet that Costa Mesa is where Dude came from or something.
Yeah.
All the surfers.
Definitely around this. Yeah, definitely around this area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where I'm from is the valley. Is where the Valley Girls came from.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So tell me what's going on for you.
Okay, so I've kind of had a very traumatic last 3 months. I met a man last year and immediately felt connected to him. I felt it was kind of karmic, maybe. And, it's kind of always been a little bit of a struggle to get together. and then what he wanted and what I wanted. And then at some point, we did come together and decided to start a relationship, and every time we were together, it was amazing. And I didn't really have Christmas time. We spent the whole month together, and it was just great. It was everything I've been wanting and looking for. And long story short, he just got back from India, and he was going to go to Thailand, and he asked if I wanted to go. And I was at the point in my life where I was ready to make big changes. I was ready to leave my job. I've been wanting to leave California for a long time. And it just kind of sounded like I could start a life with him. We had those conversations. He was on board for it, and we had made plans. And I went ahead. I just kind of took up my roots, and I got rid of my place here, packed up my stuff, put it in storage, and we went on a small little road trip before we left, and then landed in Thailand. And he was present and connected with me when we were together. Granted, it was short periods of time. And when his son went with us to Thailand, and it just kind of unraveled within a month. He went from telling me he loved me to nothing, to being like a roommate, to what I felt like he put the brakes on and just emotionally disconnected from me. And then when I would try to talk to him about it, he would have no response and no solution, and tell me that I was too emotional, and basically ended it. And it was super traumatic. I'm on the other end of the country, or the world. It's my first time traveling. I had my own adjustments. I physically got sick when I was there. So it wasn't as easy of a transition to this little island that we were on than it was for him. Mm-hmm. And my observation is it just became too much, and he closed down, and he didn't want to have to take care of anybody. And he's a little older than me, not a whole lot. And I ended up leaving the island, and I was coming back to nothing. I've had incredible support from my friends. I had to ask for help, which was really difficult for me to do. I think he triggered a lot of my father stuff. And I was left for the past 2 weeks just super confused. I don't understand what happened. I don't understand why he didn't want to talk about it or resolve it. I don't know where he's at mentally, because he doesn't share his emotions. And now I'm in a position where I'm trying to figure out my life, what I'm going to do for everything, for income, for a place to move. I have a couple places in my mind of where I think I would like to go to. And I was just wondering if maybe you can kind of help shed some light on maybe what happened, but also where do I go from here, and which of these places would be best for my growth and job opportunities and stuff like that.
Sure. Yeah.
It's a lot. Across the board, a lot.
Okay. So let me feel into you guys having gone through it. Yeah, he thought he could handle it, but he had too much anxiety. I think he had an anxiety attack, and he didn't know what it was. So he associated it with you, and was just like, if I get rid of her, I'll get rid of the problem. But he's really regretting it. I don't think he's going to say anything to you about it for like a couple years, but I think he's going to come back and apologize once you're all settled in somewhere with a new life, of course. But he feels bad, but he didn't know what else to do. And he felt a lot of pressure to kind of grow up overnight.
Interesting.
There was something about how he was feeling about you before you guys went. Let me see here. Sheesh. Can you hear all the background noise? Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Okay, hang on. Yeah, I think both of you kind of went through kind of a culture shock when you got there. Both of you. Like, it feels PTSD-ish.
Okay.
So I would
definitely me.
Yeah, I think he went through it too. And guys, they don't know how to express that. They don't know how to tell you they're kind of freaking out inside. They just kind of make it about you. It reminds me of a dog. Like, I mean, not to compare them to a dog, but it's true though. It's like dogs. If they hear like a sound, when something that they associate with, if they associate a sound with something bad, all of a sudden, or like a room in the house, it's like they no longer will go back in that room anymore. They think the room made the sound.
Right.
And so it's like he associated with the anxiety that he was having with you when it really wasn't. It was more about that he doesn't know how to handle his feelings. But he's growing right now. He's maturing already right now quite a bit. He's relaxed a lot. I feel like he's having a nice time with his son, and I just feel like he's really in a regretful state right now. If we were to do a quick reading on him, I'm sure that he would have the Five of Cups in there and probably the Nine of Swords, because I think he tosses and turns over what he did. I don't think he's okay with that.
Is the door closed between us? Because I felt like there was something more, and I don't know how I would feel at either taking him back, but, it's a deep love that I had for him. For sure.
Yeah. He very well could be a twin flame. It really feels like it, but to take him back, I think you got to give him time to kind of grow up and learn how to deal with his feelings. Really, he's got to become a better communicator, and he's got to show you that he's able to do that now. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, he completely didn't really help me get back. He just completely cut off communication, didn't even care or ask if I was okay. It was super traumatic coming back.
Well, he cared. I really feel like he cared, and that's the thing with these masculines too. When they're in an immature state, they will not express to you because they're like deer in the headlights. So I've seen these guys have their feminines go through really traumatic things, like losing their son, losing their, anything major, them being hospitalized and going through really traumatic experiences. And the masculines just sit there like blink, blink, and it looks like they don't care, but they care a lot. They just don't know how to show up for those intense moments. And it's too bad. I mean, they do later. I mean, I think they do later. I haven't really heard much about traumatic experiences later, but when they do come into union or they do get into marriages and things and they're mature enough to handle it, then they do show up. But it takes them a while to get there often. So
you think his energy is more not soulmate, but more twin flame?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Traumatic, if you're using the word traumatic, that's a twin flame right there.
Yeah,
soulmates are just easy. That soulmate would have been holding your hand. He wouldn't even have left. He would have been like crying for you. He would have been like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, this is like a cold fish. I'm crying, and he's just like, "What's your problem?" I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, exactly. Soulmates are so sweet.
Okay.
So I would say definite twin flame or a false twin flame. Now, false twin flames, they're like twin flames, a lot like them, but they're like void of compassion. I mean, they're like psychopaths and sociopaths and stuff.
That's a fault. Well, that's kind of what. Well, it's good to hear you say that he regrets it, because I was concerned about he's just not in touch with any of his emotions, because I thought I met my twin flame 4 years ago, and it was a hard relationship, and we're friends to this day, but we never matched up, and it was hard. I mean, over 4 years we went back and forth 20 times. So I didn't put this guy in that category, but it's interesting to me that you say that, because I love this man and have deeper feelings, almost obsessive-like feelings for him that I've never experienced in my life.
Yeah. And you're going to go through a lot more of it, unfortunately. That's the haunting of the twin flame. So you're going to be reminded of him a lot as you try to move forward with your life. And he's going to have the same thing happen, too.
Okay, because it's funny, because when I was listening in and you guys were talking about the things that are showing up, all right, I saw his blue truck the other day that he has that is a very old van that is not, you don't see them. I saw that. I went to my girlfriend's house in Del Mar. I've been staying with her, and she hands me this coffee cup, which used to be his career. And I'm like, why did you give me this coffee cup? Like, are you for real? So, yeah, I'm getting all of that stuff, and that's kind of difficult to take.
It's so funny now because I have it happen so commonly for me that like readings come to me at the Lighthouse and stuff, and I'll be talking and they'll just start like saying his name, saying where he's from, all this, and I don't even, it doesn't even faze me anymore. I just sit there and just like, of course,
Yeah.
of course, license plates, all of that. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
But all right, so let's help you figure out where you're gonna go. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you list off for me some of the places that you're thinking of?
Do you want me to say them to you?
Yeah.
Like tell you where? Okay, so my first part and my current movement is going up to Portland, Oregon. I have felt drawn there for quite a while, so Portland is number one on my list.
All right.
And then, do you want the rest of them, or you want to just talk about that one?
Go ahead.
Okay, the second one would be Eugene, Oregon.
Okay.
The third one would be around Sedona, Arizona. And then the fourth one, that's my home. That's where I grew up. And then my fourth one would be Flagstaff, Arizona.
The synchronicities never stop. Okay, so, all right, let me feel into them. Portland, Eugene, Sedona, Flagstaff. I would put them in the order of Sedona, Portland, Flagstaff, Eugene. Here's why. I'll tell you a why as to the first two.
Okay.
Arizona makes you feel like home. It's going to make you feel safe again, help you feel comfortable. It's a nurturing energy. It's an empowering energy. I don't know if it's because you have friends there that are pretty awesome too, but it's like a way of you like being able to stabilize again and to even gain some self-esteem back. I feel like you'd be dating there and having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And that you'd have a lot of support. In Portland, it feels like you need to, I think you might, you might be going to Portland with that guy.
What? Well, interesting.
I know.
Okay, I'll give you a quick insert. I'm actually going to be going up to Portland to take care of a good friend that got in a pretty bad car accident.
Okay.
So I'm not going to be alone up there. There's going to be support. I'm supporting him, and we're kind of going to mutually just help each other out. But you think I'm going to go there with the guy?
With the guy that you were talking about, that you started off talking about.
Yeah. Interesting. Like,
no, I mean, I think you're going to go to Sedona first in terms of a move, and then you're going to be there for a while. Then it feels like you're going to end up going to Portland, and then it feels like that guy that you like that you started to talk about is going to meet you in Portland. So I would say, 2-3 years you'll be in Sedona, and then you're going to go over to Portland. And it feels like when you go to Portland, it's going to feel like a brand new, fresh start and a clean slate for both of you.
Yeah.
And it's going to feel, you have to go lick your wounds in Sedona for a while, and then you'll be ready for Portland. And it feels like in Portland you might even get your own business going and become like super powerful. It feels like I see you even like in a suit and you're just like large and in charge. I don't know, you're feeling like on fire, and there's these incredible opportunities that happen to you there in Portland. Mm-hmm. So that's how it looks like it plays out to me anyway.
Yeah, because I have my daughter there. My daughter's in Eugene, and she'll go up to Portland and be there and get her master's. So there was a little
beautiful
bit
there.
Yeah, that felt a little more comfortable for me at the beginning, because Sedona was pretty traumatic. I do have those feelings that you're talking about. My reservation is there's just a lot of stuff there. And I didn't think, like, okay, so job-wise, it would be a really great place for me to kind of get settled and get on my feet and make a good living. How does that feel for job-wise? But you're saying only 2 to 3 years there.
I think you're going to end up getting a job that's going to be something that can expand into your own business in Portland. It's going to add to your portfolio some key ingredients for your business later in Portland.
Okay.
So you one of the.
All right.
So you what?
You see me ending in Portland. Like
I don't know about ending, but yeah, I mean, new beginnings happening in Portland, yeah. And I would just be praying. Thank you so much for all the incredible options. Thank you so much for all the incredible opportunities coming to me and all these incredible options and all these wonderful experiences I'm being pulled to.
Okay.
Anything that you want, thank the universe for it, and it's going to draw it to you. And feel it with all your heart.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got a couple more callers to get to.
Okay. Thank you so
I
much.
guess and we could explore this further in a private reading if you want to do that.
Okay.
So,
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Okay, thank you so much. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Ashley? Ashley? Oh, hang on. I'm trying to get to you.
Okay.
Hey, TD, I just realized something. I can actually double click where you're typing stuff in, and I can type stuff back to you. I just discovered that. Hi, Ashley.
Hi, Amy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm so excited to be speaking with you.
Yay.
Yeah. So I found you recently, and I was like, wow, I'm so drawn to her. And I wanted to get a chance to speak with you. I kind of am in the same, I feel like a very typical situation. I've been listening to so many of your podcasts and videos, and I think I'm crazy at times. I'm like, am I going nuts? Am I going nuts? I met someone a few years ago. His name's Justin, and I had this, I don't even know, incredible connection with him, and he's just back and forth, and I'm like, oh. I told him at one point, I was like, I feel like you always come back, and he was like, you act like I'm in and out of your life, and I said, you are. You are in and out of my life.
That is so funny.
I know. And so I was just like, maybe some insight. I don't know if I'm experiencing a twin flame connection or if he's just a narcissist. But
I tell them apart.
Feel like I am like truly I can't get him off my mind ever. There's not a day, and we're not in communication right now, and it's not the first time, and I'm certain it won't be the last, but I kind of wanted to see if you could put some feelers out for me and kind of give me some insight.
Yeah, it's this guy that you already mentioned his name?
Yes, Justin.
Okay, let me feel.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like he's a twin.
Oh, that's what I thought.
He's your curse.
Yeah. He will be my demise.
Hopefully not.
It feels like.
Oh my gosh. I know. It's so hard. It's such an emotional roller coaster. That's why it's so important to make it about your own personal growth.
Yeah, and I've been trying so hard. I have been trying so hard to try to get to that best version of me, and I struggle, and I feel like I make progress, and I fall back, and I feel connected with my spirit guide or anything like that.
Oh my gosh. Well, and the feminines work so hard to work on themselves, and they think, when I get perfect, just like the masculines, when I get perfect, then he'll come. And then what he does is he throws a curveball, and he starts dating somebody new, and they're like,
that's what he's done. Yep. Yeah, he does. He tends to do that. He's like, are you a playboy? Is that what you're doing to me? You're seriously? And I was like, maybe he's just not mature. And I was watching your YouTube video that I think you posted yesterday, and about being snubbed. And I'm like, you you are snubbing me. I promise I'm your person. I need you to know that.
I get to talk to these masculines behind the scenes, by the way. This isn't just like, us making up an excuse for unrequited love. I talk to the masculines, and they admit they're ghosting, and they say, I just can't handle it right now. They'll even be like, one guy, it was so funny. I was like, why are you settling for all these people that aren't for you? And then he goes, I know that they're not my ultimate person or whatever. And then I'm like, well, then why don't you, just go with somebody who's, that person who's on your level or whatever. And he was like, well, I'm not ready for that. He just pretty much flew back.
Yeah. That's kind of the same exact situation. I was like, well, let's be together. And he was like, I'm just not ready. I'm not ready. And I'm like, no.
But the cool thing is, here's the cool thing though, okay? These guys know themselves well enough to know that they probably would mess it up. So we have to trust that. We may think that they're ready. We may be like, and they, in the same way that we think we have to be emotionally mature enough to be with them, they also they feel like they have to have enough money. They're really about money. And so it's like, so they do look for an easy way out, that's for sure. Yeah. But the more that everybody just kind of relaxes and accepts and loves and lets go and gets happy in their lives and knows that they're worthy of love on every level, then all of a sudden everything just kind of starts falling into place so much better.
Yeah. Well, we've had so many tiffs, and it's just over silly things, but I have, in the past, before I even realized what this was, and I felt being treated really badly, and in such a way that I was like, I don't know, it was just eliciting these reactions within me that I was like, this is not me, this is not how I want things to be, and talking to my friends about it, and they're like, oh, screw him. And I'm like, I can't.
Of course.
I really can't. I can't. And so it's just caused, I feel like, maybe me and my overreacting in the past has just caused so many problems that I feel like shouldn't have been there. And so for myself, I feel guilt for that because I'm like, oh my gosh, you're treating me so badly and the things that you're doing are not okay. And then I'm like, but I love him. But it's okay because I love you. And so I've tried to move on and date other people and do other things and kind of find myself. And it's just every single day, I'm like, what is he doing? What is he thinking?
Did you watch that video on not talking to people who aren't on the twin flame journey about it? I forget what the name of it is.
I just found you recently. Okay. I will definitely have to look that up because I have my hair back. Anymore, I can't share.
In the video, okay. I have my hair back and I'm wearing black. Okay. So look for that one, and it's about it's not about persecution. It's about how people just don't get it and they'll just be totally against him. And I'm not for toxic relationships. So if they are being toxic like that, don't be with them, obviously. Right. And some of these could be false twin flames because they're so similar. But ultimately, if they don't have any kindness, if they're not kind-hearted, they're not a twin flame. Twin flames are, they're kind. Well, they're kind at their core, and you can tell. I've told my friends before, I'm like, I would not change a single thing about him. He's an amazing father. He's an amazing person. He's never hateful to me. It's just the immaturity level. And so I'm like telling my friends, and they're like, no, he's just he's stringing you along. And I'm like, he knows when you're getting ready to move on, so he comes back. And I'm like, I know, but I can't. I can't. If he called me tomorrow, we need to set some boundaries, but I would be right there. And so I have been. I wouldn't change anything about him except for that. He would be more vocal about this actual connection that I feel like we have.
or admit to it. I don't know. That's the only thing I would change because I think he is such an amazing person.
Well, just keep in mind that this could be, 10, 20 years down the road, I hate to say. Not that I'm not predicting that for you. That's not my intuition. I'm just saying if you can look at it like that, then it'll be easier to let go.
Okay.
And like with me and my twin flame, I just kind of look at him like a brother or a close friend. And it's just like he does not have that priority for me. I am not holding out for him, waiting for him at all whatsoever. I'm happy to go into a new relationship with somebody who's like emotionally available and mature and all those things that I want in a guy. I'm not going to sit around waiting for a guy to develop and mature till he can be with me. So
100%.
But it's just nice to know who that person is. I'm just like, so I got a twin flame. He's over there. I'm here.
Yeah. Well, I just, I feel like I get the same type of being single for the last 3 or 4 years. I have the same type of man, and they're like, I think you're amazing. I think you're incredible, but I'm just not ready. And it's just like, what do I do to scare these men away? But with him, I feel like it's just different. And I don't know. I've just been so confused, and I'm like, is this real? Like, am I really going through this, or am I psycho?
Yeah. Well, either way, because we're all a little crazy. Honestly, unless you're enlightened, you've got an ego, and if you've got an ego, you can get confused with your thoughts. That's what crazy is. So everyone's a little crazy. So go ahead and neutralize that judgment. You're dealing with however you're using the situation to empower yourself is what's important. And I don't care what kind of situation you're dealing with whether it's like a soulmate, soul flame, love, no love, sex, no sex, whatever you're dealing with. Does it empower you? Does it make you feel like a vibrant, happy, independent, strong woman? Does it make you feel like $1,000,000? Are you believing things about yourself and your life that are attracting abundance and happiness and joy? Are you laughing a lot?
I need to work on. Yeah.
Good. Well, there you go. You just found your avenue to go down.
Yeah. I've tried so hard, but I need to continue. I know I need to continue to work on things. So I guess if and I've kind of come to terms with him, and like we may not be together for a very long time or at all. But do you see anyone for me in the future?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
I think they're wanting you to do all those things that I just listed, as well as some more letting go. And I do feel like some really cool opportunities are coming through for you in terms of like career, maybe even a move. Some exciting things are going to stir up your life in a very positive way. So embrace the change. Even if it seems like a sudden, unexpected bad change, it's a good change.
Okay.
So they're working on you a little bit more in how much you feel supported by life in a way. But so there are some other things that kind of are a priority for you at this time, but you're gonna have, like, I feel that if you want to look up the Wheel of Fortune, go to Google, look up the Wheel of Fortune Tarot, Tarot, and that's the overall feeling of what I feel like you're going to be going through for the next at least 3 months or so before anybody new would come in.
Okay, that's okay.
So.
I'm okay being by myself. That's something that I try to tell my friends. Like, it's okay if I'm alone. Like, sometimes it's lonely, but it's okay if I'm alone. It's okay. So.
Yeah, you could even say, I'm, not as an affirmation or anything, but you could just say, I'm just going to be alone the rest of my life, and just think of all the incredible ways that would be amazing. You don't have to worry about anybody ever misunderstanding you or getting upset with you or bossing you around or going to things you don't want to go to or vice versa. Or, there's a lot of really great benefits. You could list all the wonderful benefits and advantages as to why being single the rest of your life would be even way better, you know? Having sex with random people or somebody you have an agreement with where it is really cool and intimate, but yet you don't have to have a relationship. You know, there's so many different things out there. But just think, you know, I want to be single. I want to be single, and it's going to be incredible, you know, and that way you can just drop this whole thing. And then, it'll usher in like some fresh, new, real clear energy, and you'll be like in a better mental space to welcome in a relationship at the same time. It's kind of weird how that works.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, definitely. I have some things to work on, but I really, really, really appreciate you speaking with me, Amy.
Yeah, I'm so glad you called. Thank you so much.
Have a good night.
All right, you too. Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Okay, so hello?
Hello.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. It was funny. My name is Ashley as well. So the last girl, when you came on the line, I was all, hi. Like, oh, just kidding, not me. Okay. I'm always all echo. Of course, I heard myself in her voice, too. I'm like, what is going on here? How are you doing?
Good.
Good. So I actually did a reading with you, like not last week, but the week before, which was the first. It's the first ever that I actually like had requested, which was kind of cool. So my reason though for calling right now is more for myself. It's for, I guess, for the twin flame thing too, but I don't know. I just felt compelled to call in. So I have unique circumstances. I'm sure everybody's, you know, situation is pretty unique, but with me, I think, I don't know, everything that I know on my journey, I've learned intuitively or psychically through my own ability. And I keep, you know, getting these messages like that I'm okay, that I'm where I need to be, that I'm, you know, or even that there's nothing I need to work on, that I need to just like kind of lie back, relax kind of thing. But there's a part of me that feels like, I don't know, I guess I want to feel out if maybe I'm blocking, if there are things I should be working on right now energetically. I've done a lot of work, you know, I have. I've really put a lot out there, and I energetically and intuitively, you know, have made every move in the last however long it's been, based on divine guidance, at least to my abilities. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I just want to know. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something.
Okay, so they just told me a couple of things. One is I'm about to put up a video on, what do I call it? It's like, I don't know what I'm going to call the video, but it's going to have something to do with an exercise about.
I'm like, I will be looking for it, whatever it is. I'll watch it.
It's like about the Divine Guidance Council session or meeting, something like that. It's like how to listen to your Divine Guidance Council. Maybe I'll call it that. I already made the video, just haven't uploaded it yet. But look out for that one. And then they said to use this subject. You know, do I have any blocks in regards to such and such? Because I feel like there are at least about 5 subjects you need to explore more deeply. And
you mean like as far as like a research type thing, like where I need to just educate myself on things, or for me personally?
It could be anything, but I feel like it's like your life path, your purpose, your work, your
exactly. I know I have gifts and I should be doing something with them, but I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, so maybe go into each of these sessions with that intention of exploring each of those different subjects. And I feel like you've got a book trying to come out in you. Feels like they want you to start writing a book.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I love to write. I'm a writer. I like to think of myself as like a master with words. I'm sure I'm just being, you know what I mean? Like, I do. I like to write. I like to educate as well. And so I definitely have been kind of like, okay, so I know that my path is destined. I know it's divine, and I know that there's something I'm supposed to do. You know what I mean? And I have ideas of it, but I'm also, that kind of ties back into my twin flame thing, where I'm like, I move forward on my own, and I don't stop. I mean, at least I try to take any opportunity that I see to be able to step into that role, you know, and help others or help myself in any way that I can, which I know is part of my purpose. And so I do move forward. But when it comes to how he ties into my life as well, I know just intuitively that there's some, that he's going to help. You know what I mean? Or that he,
oh yeah,
you know, that his coming in is going to be that catapult or that catalyst to me having
True.
like a wider range of even, or a bigger stage, or however you want to put it. You know what I mean? Like,
he's going to help you take it to the next level for sure. Yeah,
he is. Yeah, and I know that, intuitively. I know everything I know about my twin flame or my twin journey. I learned through the divine. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to call it, I learned it through being clairaudient and clairvoyant, and it's exciting and stuff. And of course, like, my ego wants to know that everything is correct. You know what I mean? Like, I go through that as well. And at this point, like, I don't know if you can feel this out either, but like, I just feel like I'm on the verge. Like, I feel like I'm right on the edge of this happening, and but every day, I'm like, I wake up and I laugh, and I do everything I can. My brother even makes fun of me, because he's like, you just laugh about everything, like, how, you know, it's like bothering him. And I have to do that. You know what I mean? Because it's funny. It is funny to me. Like, and I still get synchronicities, and now they just crack me up, because I'm like, I don't even want to hear it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even want to see that. Like,
right.
Like, and I make a joke out of it. So I'm like, give me a break. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's a conspiracy, and I'm over it.
Okay, so it feels like starting to write the book is going to get some things, it's going to grease the wheels, it's going to get some things going, it'll give you some epiphanies, and then having these council meetings are definitely get the ball rolling. It feels like there is a lot of energy coming through for you. A lot of wonderful things are going to start happening, but it's like it's so intense that they can't allow it through, but through a trickle. But this is what's going to get the trickle going. That's how
I feel. I get really excited, and I can feel it. I can feel it, but then it's frightening, because it's a big change from how my life is. You know, even the person that I'm coming into a partnership, this is very different for me in every sense of the word. And I know I can handle it. I know that that I will, but no, I don't know that I can handle it all at once, I'm sure. I mean, you know, like, because it is such a drastic change, but it's that energy that just, it's almost so exciting. It's almost so in my face, I guess, all the time, that I keep anticipating it. You know what I mean? I'm but then it doesn't happen. So then I'm like, oh gosh.
Okay, so they're also explaining that to really stay in the moment more, and out of the future or the past. So a good.
I thought I was doing a good job.
Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth is a good one for that.
I love that book.
Yeah, so maybe read it again, and like just really surrender it all, and just be in enjoyment. That's going to be. And then having these meetings too. You've done a fantastic job of manifesting it. You have an enormous vortex. It's just the universe is trying to be really careful how they kind of
like, we know you. Like,
they don't want to overwhelm you. So I've got 3 more callers to get to in the next half hour, so I gotta get going. But
perfect.
Yeah, you've got some awesome stuff coming. You just gotta get in the moment, have some meetings, and start writing that book, and somehow that's going to make it start going.
Okay.
Is there as confirmation?
The book. What can you pick up anything about, like, what direction to go with it? I mean, like a book based upon my life, or something like my. Okay.
Yeah. about you in your journey. Like eat, pray, love type deal.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Have a good night.
Okay, you too. Bye.
All right. Bye. Jeanette, you're next. Thank you for your patience. And here we are. Are you there?
Hello?
Hi.
Hello? Can you hear
Hello?
me?
I can.
Hello? Hi.
Hello?
Amy. It's Janet.
Oh, okay. Hi.
What I called a couple of weeks ago, I believe. I wanted to get your insight on my friend Mr. Roderick, see where he's at, what's going on. We have no communication. I think he's a person that's always in his head, okay? So everything is, I got to think about this, I got to think about it. It's just a hamster wheel going round and round. Now, I know that he's got some financial things going on. And see, I'm a Capricorn, so I like to have things centered, done. I'm a problem solver, you know, what's going on, but I'm very patient. So I've been very patient with him. So I just wanted to see where he's at, where the communication is. Is he still struggling? I know for a fact that he has a lot of family issues that he might have had to really sit down and work on. But I just want to see, the last time I spoke to you, I got some real sadness. It was really, really intense. And there's some sleepless, I'll be in a deep sleep and I'll just come right out of my sleep. So I don't know if that's something that I'm mirroring from him, because, I mean, I still am laughing. I'm still I still go out with my friends. I was just out this evening. I do think about him too. And, you know, I'm doing my yoga, and I'm still doing the things that I like to do. I still go shopping and my nails, you know. So, but I just want to know where he's at right now in this journey here that we have found ourselves in.
Okay. Hang on a minute.
Okay.
I don't think he's thinking about calling you right now. I think he's got a lot going on that he's thinking about. I mean, yes, that, but I just feel like there are a lot of distractions going on for him. A lot of things he's really having to pay attention to that's not involving you. And he's got to take care of that stuff first. And I mean quite a few things.
Yeah.
So let me feel into like when he might actually contact you or do something. It feels like just things really need to settle down for him first. It feels like it's going to be a couple months.
Oh yeah.
So July, like toward the end of July, maybe.
Okay.
He really wants things to be kind of either fixed or really kind of like really on the, I don't know how to explain it. He just wants things to be like a lot better than they are right now before he reaches out to you. He's really not in the place. It's like you would add more stress to him if he ended up like talking to you now. It would add to the pile of stuff he's got to think about and worry about. So he's got you on the back burner though, and I feel like he thinks about you a lot, especially when he's going to bed. But he's definitely got, you know, he's definitely wanting to be with you, I think, but it's just he's got a lot more other stuff to deal with right now.
Oh yeah. Wow. Okay. Is it family wise, or because I know he's got some family issues?
It's everything. It's like there's so much. It's like friends, family, work, money, car.
Yep, the car thing. Because I think at one time he might have been parking it here. I don't know if the car make helped him purchase a car, and it was an issue with that. No. Okay.
No, but I feel like there's just a lot of problems. A lot.
He's got a lot of problems. Whoa! When he was, I don't know why he has so many problems, because is he bringing them on himself? I know that his family is really, his mother. He listens to some of his friends. He's got this ego thing going, and his upbringing is really
fear too.
Fear too. He's got a lot of fear. Yeah, he's afraid of abandonment. He's got a lot of stuff going on. I knew that. I knew he had. I could.
Unworthiness. Unworthiness. Yeah.
So he doesn't
he's
feel
not ready.
worthy, and
he's not ready yet.
As long as I know,
but
he's not fully there yet. Okay. As long as I know that he's working on those things, because I'm thinking I know that he's watching. I know that he's come by to, probably drive by all because he mentioned something about my daughter. My daughter is not even here, so he's seen somebody that looked like my daughter, and I'm thinking my daughter lives about 2,000 miles away in Atlanta. I'm like, but I didn't go into it on it. I didn't battle with it. I didn't say, well, that's not my daughter. You couldn't see my daughter. I didn't do any of those things. I just said, oh, okay, and let it be like that, because I know that he's probably driving by. But so he's still not quite there yet. Too many things.
For now.
Just for now. Okay, because there's nothing I can't. I just leave him alone. I don't want to interfere with it. I don't want him to get, I don't go nowhere that he's at so he can see me and get a trigger or anything like that, and then it takes him back. Yeah. So I just leave it alone, and I go do my thing. So you said maybe by July he may.
By the end of end of July, he might reach out to you because things have calmed down a little bit. I'm still not sure he'll be ready for a relationship late July either, but it's like he'll feel all right enough to reach out and to let you know some things have been going on and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he wants to tell me. Huh?
I said okay. So I have another call to get
to. Okay. Thank you. I'll
good
wait
luck.
To see what happens. Okay, thank
sounds
you.
Good.
Bye. Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Hello?
Hi, Amy.
Yes.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, this is Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
Oh, I'm just so... Let me tell you what happened.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last Monday, the twin and I talked. We had another 4-hour conversation. He told me he cares about me. He looks at my pictures all the time. We exchanged quite a few pictures, and thinks of me. He even said in some way he loves me. Then he said he asked me to come spend a week with him, and I said okay. And he goes, well, that was a test. I'm not quite ready, but you passed the test. So then I'm feeling really good about everything. And I let the other guy go, the flame guy, because I wasn't feeling quite right anyway. So then Friday night we talked again, had another long conversation, and then he's going over all his old girlfriends that hurt him. He goes, for some reason, that always comes up when he talks to me.
Okay.
And then he goes, well, what? And I go, what? Somehow it got brought up with what he just said, and he goes, well, that was part of the fantasy with you.
What does that mean?
And we had a fantasy going because we couldn't get together yet because he's healing. So we called it we're just fell into this pretend fantasy we're having on the phone.
Okay.
And he lives 800 miles away.
Okay, so what now?
So I felt like I was going to actually throw up after that conversation. I'm going, well, here he just said all his feelings, and now we're back to square one almost. And he started going over. He's been alone. Maybe he should stay alone. And he talks about how magical it could be, but we live far apart. I go, but we can fix that part of it. But he goes, if one of us moved, then I'd probably get stuck living with him. He's not ready for that. I go, no, we would not be ready for that. So I don't.
He's just scared. It got too close to happening, and it was before he was ready, so he just kind of freaked out.
Yeah.
So give him time. It feels like he'll come around. You guys made a lot of headway. I mean, you talked about a lot of things that were very uncomfortable to talk about.
Yeah.
So that was good. You actually made headway, even though he started doing his, playing those stupid games. It did make him have a reality check, and he got down to the heart of some issues that he's been going through with insecurities and things.
Right.
It's just going to take a little bit more time. And I feel like, hang on, let me tune into it for a minute. I feel like maybe, I don't know why she all of a sudden is crying like crazy right now. I think that I think he's going to come back around in another couple of months, and he's going to have thought about a lot of the things that you guys have talked about, and he's going to be ready to make a move. I don't think you guys will be moving in together, but I think that he'll be ready to make a move towards you.
Oh, okay.
So I think
him coming to visit or something?
Yeah, to visit or to move there, or to actually move there. But not with you, but in your area.
He even spoke of that in like a hypothetical way, like if he lived here.
There you go.
Yeah.
Those slip-ups aren't really slip-ups,
No, they're not. So I let the other guy go because I go, I can't string him along when my feelings are with the twin. I felt bad about that, but I thought it was best.
No, that's the right thing to do. I mean, you don't ever want to lead somebody on if you're not willing to go that direction. You know what I mean?
And it was and I've only been talking to the other guy like a few weeks, and I told the twin about it. We tell each other everything. We don't. It's the most amazing.
I don't know if I would. I would just tell him that he really needs to do some serious thinking and just leave him alone for a while. Just let him really reflect on everything that's happened and kind of grow up,
Yeah, because before we hung up, he goes, we'll just stay with our fantasy and we'll keep doing what we do. And I was still ready to throw up. I go, it's been we're coming up on 2 years. So
2 years, that's it? Oh, my gosh. Well, I think it'll take a positive direction in a couple of months. So
that's good. But you do read into that?
Yeah, and I think that soul flame. I mean, does he know the situation? Does he know that you have a twin flame?
I told him about it.
Okay.
And I don't know if he knows what it is. And I actually yesterday sent one of your shows to him. I don't think he read it because I think he's kind of hurt, disappointed. Because he was when I was telling him about it and then I had to let him go. He goes, "But I really like he is a passionate guy." And I said, "Well, it's easier before we were talking on the phone too because he wanted to lose some weight. Because he's only 40 minutes away from here."
Okay.
So, I probably should have thought that through and waited, but I didn't. Because I thought the twin is jumping into this. And I guess I jumped the gun, but you can't.
I don't trust twin flames, man. I just do not trust them. I don't know. If my twin flame came and did that same song and dance, I'd just be rolling my eyes and just be like, yeah, right, whatever.
Yeah.
at this point. And so many, I wouldn't even, unless they are actually in your face and there's something more tangible or something like they are there, or they're just like, unless there's some kind of major emotional maturity, obvious emotional mature move they make, or some kind of tangible evidence or something.
Like you always talk about, because of his past.
Yeah.
Because of the wrong women.
So you can tell the soul flame what happened. You can keep him in the loop, but he's not going to trust the situation now either. So
no, he's not. He's not going to want to get thrown back again.
I think that your twin flame's going to come around. So just give it a little bit more time and just ignore him and just leave him be. Let him. Mull all this over. He's antsy about it. He wants it to happen too, just as much as you do. So don't let his own momentum carry him through to actually taking action and doing something about it.
And you want to hear something? I mean, since it's been 3 months since I talked to him, the night I talked to him, I was like wired when we were done talking. I couldn't sleep. I mean, did his energy do that to me?
Well, and it's also just being excited.
Yeah. Okay. And then a couple of days before you called, I just felt this, like something good was going to happen.
Yeah. Your intuition's getting sharper. But I got another call, and I only have like 15 minutes, so
okay, well, thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome. Have a good night.
Bye.
Keep me posted. Okay. Bye.
Okay.
Okay, and the last caller. All right. Hi.
Hello?
Hello? Yes.
Is this me? Oh, I didn't know I was on. Oh, hi. How are you,
Hi.
Amy?
I'm good.
My first initial's M. So
okay. Hi, M.
Okay? Somebody M.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. I didn't expect to get online so soon. Okay, so I have settled in, and it looks like I've moved from out of town, and I'm just calling to see what you feel is what's ahead of me. I feel like things are turning for the best, but the dating scene has just been confusing, and I kind of just let that go for now. So what's coming up for you?
Okay.
As far as love and anything else that pops up.
There's this really cute bird that's totally watching me do this show. I want to take a picture of it for a second. Hang on.
Sure. I love
it. Oh, cool. Cute little thing.
Fine.
Yeah, I'm watching it. It's watching me. It's a really good sign. Okay. It's a good sign for you. Communication to come. I don't know what kind of bird it is either. It's like the size of a sparrow, and it has a little bit of red around its beak and on its chest. So I don't know. But I did get when you. Okay. So it feels like there's definitely somebody coming in new for you. I think it's going to be like brand new. Where did you move to?
I moved to Boulder.
Oh, you did? You're here.
I'm moving to Boulder. So I'm moving to Boulder. That's where I really want to be, and so I can't wait.
Yay!
I kind of made a little mistake of moving to Broomfield. Nothing against it. I'm just the city, not with the mountains. I need to be the energy there. I'm drawn to it. It's so healing.
Cool. Okay, so let me feel into this person who's coming in. Aww. He loves doing things he's really up on local activities. He'll know the scene. He'll know what's going on Friday nights, what's going on Saturday nights. He's a big date person, just embracing. He likes to embrace where he lives and know all the ins and outs and the cool places to go. He's really fun. He's skinny, tall, just has a lot of energy. He'll love holding your hand. I feel like he's going to be holding your hand a lot. He's loves to lead the way, but in a really friendly way. I'm trying to look at you guys at home to see what it's like there. He's got a peppy energy. Like even when he's just kind of sitting and relaxing on the couch, it's like he's ready to jump up any second. So he's not a very lazy person. he's like always ready for action, and he's always got a smile on his face, and he's pretty darn positive. And I think he loves the work that he does, and he feels really blessed and privileged to have that kind of work. And he trying to see if he's a cook or a good cook or what he does. He cooks he cooks some things like really good. He's not like a, like he doesn't make like a lot, but the things that he makes, he's really good at. I think he's going to be encouraging of you. I think he'll be really emotionally supportive, kind.
Right.
And I think it's just going to be him. I don't see you like dating a bunch of guys or anything. I think this sweet person is going to come into your life, and he has soulmate energy. Like it's just easy and simple and like a nice soft place to fall, Very, very neat guy.
Okay, so I guess I'll meet him by accident.
Yeah, let me feel into where you guys might. Actually, I think that you end up going to some kind of thing. I know that like the St. Julian Hotel has like dancing on Friday nights, and El Cinco or Cinco de something. Okay, El Cinco something. It's a Mexican restaurant. It has stuff on Sundays. So it just feels like you're going to actually be at one of these things, one of these local events here in Boulder, and you're going to run into him, and he's going to start up some conversation with you. It looks like he has a drink in his hand, so he might also be a drinker. I don't feel like he's an alcoholic, but I think he's like a social drinker.
Well, I am too.
Oh, cool. Well, there you go. Yeah.
So, real quick, I know you're running out of time. What about work?
What have you done so far?
I landed a great job with a great company, but I'm not sure. I'm feeling my oats there. So,
okay.
Great company. I'm happy to be there.
Wait, what do you do? What do you do?
I'm a legal assistant.
Okay. Hang on a minute. Hang on. I kind of see you doing that for a little bit longer, for at least a couple years. And then it feels like you might actually be doing something like on your own, like you might become your own business owner. And I think you're going to do something really fun and creative. I'm thinking of I'm thinking like baking or catering or something that you really love to do. And it's going to be something that you are kind of excited to do. And this guy that you like, he actually might be involved in the business with you. It's something you guys kind of come up with and you guys just decide to go do, but I think you're going to stay doing what you're doing, maybe even at the company that you're at for a while. I think you'll settle in better.
You think management's happy with me for the most part?
Yeah.
Or they're just scrutinizing me?
You're going through an insecure period, but I feel like they do like you, and I feel like you'll relax, and even just a couple months, I feel like you're going to feel a lot more comfortable being there. And they might end up having you work for somebody different, like assign you to a different attorney or something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
But they're going to keep you there, and they do like you, and I think you'll be happy there for a while.
I think I will be too. Okay,
cool.
Well, great.
All right. Sounds like I got to take a dog outside.
Yes, and I need to go to St. Julian soon.
Yeah.
Hope to see you there.
I'll join you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Okay. Have a great night.
Okay, bye-bye. You
Bye.
too.
Okay. That last caller, I'm sorry I can't take you because my cutoff is 7:30 and it's 7:25. So, well, I'll see if you can ask something quick within 5 minutes, I suppose. Hi.
Hi, how are
you? There?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to be quick. I kind of want to contact my twin flame, but I don't know if he's in a relationship or anything like that. So what do you feel into about me contacting him?
Do it. He's not with anybody. Do it, but don't expect anything back. But I think it would be synchronistic if you do send something now.
Okay.
So
Okay. Does he want to hear? Does he want to hear from me?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Nothing pressury. Just a friendly little hey.
Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, I mean, I didn't know if he was with someone, and I don't want to disrespect him or make it awkward. Nope. So that was just basically my question. All right.
Nope.
Okay. Thank you.
Just like thinking of you, or like something funny happened today made me think of you, or something like that. If it's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Amy. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Have a good night. Bye.
You too. Bye.
Well, that worked out really well. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you next time on the Satori Show.